Mark Nixon, John Bustard, and Darko Matovsky don't walk to work. They walk for work.
People are actually quite unique by the way they walk.
The human eye can tell some people apart, but these guys are trying to get computers to tell everyone apart.
Essentially, we look at you using a camera, yeah? And you go walking past the camera, yeah? And we then process that information so we can get your legs and the way they swing.
Mark, I would like you to walk around the tunnel 3 times.
Cool.
The act of walking looks straightforward, but it is not.
It's a bit like music, yeah? If you had a monotone, it would be really boring, yeah? Music is a collection of a lot of frequencies, yeah? Well, that's the same with the way you walk, yeah? The way your leg swings, there's a lot more signals in there.
They combine video from 12 cameras into a 3D image and then convert that into a set of numbers.
So your leg swings as you walk. And from that, we can get numbers which tell you how your leg swings. Also, your legs are thick at the top and then thin at the knees, and then you've got a bit of muscle, yeah? And we can get sets of numbers which tell us how thick they are and how long they are and stuff.
A combination of those sets of numbers creates an individual signature.
I suppose you could say it's a fingerprint in a way, yeah? A gait fingerprint, yeah? We could recognise you 90-odd% correct on a database of 10 people, so we were really pleased, yeah? And then we moved on to a database of 100 people, and we can still recognise you with 90-odd% recognition capability. Then we moved on to a database of 400 people, and sure enough, still at 90-odd%.
So does that mean the system can't be fooled?
You could try putting on a pair of high heels, and that will make you appear to be taller. But there's a lot of stuff you haven't changed. You haven't changed the width of your waist, you haven't changed the length of your leg. That's still the same. The thing that's changed is a pair of high heels, yeah? So if the computer can work out what is the high heel, we'll still be able to recognise you.
The computer is looking at more than just your legs. It's sizing up your gait from head to toe. So today, they're trying to fool or spoof the computer with a number of disguises to see if the computer will mistake them for each other.
We know that clothing can change the perception of the way somebody walks, so it would appear possible to copy somebody else's gait or to spoof their appearance.
First, Mark and John change into the same clothes. Then each walks through and the computer compares their gaits.
It didn't confuse me and John. It said, yes, we're different people, but it couldn't recognise us as for who we were.
A confused computer?
I think it's the appearance change, yeah, due to the clothing, yeah, which we know from other studies that we've done that clothing is quite important in the recognition of people, yeah, and so we've just confirmed actually what we already knew. So we've got to try something more.
They try hats, and then scarves which partially obscure their faces, and finally a motorbike helmet. It's not the first time the system's had to work without a face. They once helped London police catch a violent bag snatcher who wore a helmet.
They gave us video on 2 different days of the guy committing the crime, yeah? They also gave us video of the guy walking into the police station or walking around the police station when he was charged. And we could study the videos of the scenes of crime and show that, yes, beyond reasonable doubt, that was the same guy.
Today the system gets it right too.
Although Mark and John wore helmets and scarves and hats to disguise their physical appearance, their identity, our software is still able to see through those disguises and uniquely identify them by the way they walk.
There is a lot more work to do, though, to make the system foolproof.
We did do a load of experiments on shoes, yeah? And the shoes, it wasn't high heels that really changed lots of things. It was actually flip-flops that really changed it, because in flip-flops you grab the pole of the flip-flop between your toes, and that gives you a different way of walking.
They're also looking at the possibility that someone might try to change their body shape altogether.
Can you pad something underneath your clothes?
And they're working on ways to counter that.
if you wear padding or something like that, you might be able to recreate the silhouette of your body, and existing systems might fail. As a result of measuring bone lengths, for example, even when your body is covered in padding, you'd still be able to get a reliable signature out.
Like most biometric systems, the biggest application for this is security, which is why the British government put Mark and his team to the test.
If you carry load, then of course it will change the way you walk. But they gave us a set of video of guys, and they didn't tell us who was carrying the same weight as a suicide bomber. And we got one guy dead right. We said, he's carrying. And they said, yep, you got him right. There was one guy and we said, no, he's not. And there was a guy in the middle, we said, we're not sure about him. And he was, in fact. But we got it. They were really chuffed, yeah, that we could do it, yeah. But we know an awful lot now about the way you walk.
And your walk is like a snowflake.
I'm fascinated by the fact nature doesn't like to repeat itself, and that we are all quite unique by quite a variety of different measures. And that rich diversity of life is fascinating.
I'm really proud.